Hi, and welcome to this tutorial on how to mix distorted lead and solo guitars. I'm still using this latest song that I wrote called Redemption. You can find it on my channel. I'm gonna put a link in the description or something. We're gonna take a look at the grouping of the lead guitars, eventual panning, solo guitars, and the equalization, general mixing and reverb and delay. So first thing first, let's have a listen to the lead guitar's melody in the beginning. Now, as you can hear and see, there's two tracks, because I'm using a harmony in this. You can listen to this one. And this one. Using harmonies is definitely one of the most important things in making your lead guitars sound interesting. It's much easier to make them sound good when there's a harmony in place. It sounds much fuller and thicker. And as I did with the rhythm guitars, I've also grouped together the lead guitars. Here I have 3 tracks. I have 2 tracks for my melody guitars, and I have one separate track for my main solo track. And I'll also name this one solo and given it a different color. So let's go on to the effects. As you can see here, I have one equalizer, one delay, and one reverb. The equalizer is cutting all the bass below 100 Hz. That's just because the lead guitar doesn't need any bass at all. It's not supposed to be creating any punch or anything. It's just supposed to stay on top of the whole picture. You can even push this a lot farther, but 100 Hz seem to work okay here. And in this band I boosted around 200 Hz just to create some thickness, and I've also dampened some of the 1500 Hz tones just to make it a little less sharp, and I've rolled off the highs at about 6 kHz. Now, some of you guys have asked me if I use the same tones on the rhythm and the lead guitars, and the answer is yes. I pretty much always do that. You don't have to, but it's a simple way to make sure that your guitars fit on top of each other and don't sound too much out of place. But I do not use the exact same post-processing, of course. And then to the, I would say, most important thing when it comes to solo and lead guitars is the time effects, like delay and reverb. On this one I've done something I actually don't normally do, to use both delay and reverb, just to create a huge sound. On the delay I have 2 taps. That means 2 different independent delays are running. Tap number 1 has been panned all the way to the right, and you can see my settings here: minus 14 decibels feedback, low pass filter 1600 Hz. That's just to remove the high frequencies from the delay signals and make it sound nice and analog. Also filtered out 54 Hz just to get rid of some low end that could be messing things up. And this one is set to musical length of 3/8 notes. And the second tap is almost the same, but it's panned all the way to the left, and it's at 4 notes. So what you can hear now is, if I play the solo and pause it, you can hear the stereo delays working. Now, using stereo delays is a nice way to create extra thickness for your lead guitars. And also, just to give it an extra touch, I've added a tiny bit of reverb. Room size 80, dampening 50, high pass 200 Hz, just to get rid of any low end in the reverb, and wet signal at minus 13 decibels. That's simply to make sure that there's not too much reverb in the signal itself. So we can hear what it sounds like without any of the effects. So as you can hear, that's not very pleasant to listen to. If we add the time effects, you can hear this. Instantly sounds a lot better. And then with the equalizing, and here we're touching upon some of the same principles as when we were mixing the rhythm guitars, and that is that the signal doesn't always sound the best alone, but we have to modify it so that it fits well on top of the rest of the music. So now, make sure all the effects are on, and the solo will sound like this. Let's say we're happy with that, and that concludes this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you have any requests for other tutorials, please let me know. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you. Bye.